Hello, and welcome back to another video. I'm in the middle of the Bronx, kind of northern, further up in the Bronx than I usually am. In 600 feet, turn left. Yes, ma'am, Madam Google. Turn left. Then slight right. Onto Morris Park. One and a half miles, got it. Okay, so I would like to ask everyone for their opinion on an important subject: euthanasia. I really hope no one ever has to be in a situation where they have to weigh and balance the pros and cons of a euthanasia situation. But what are your moral and ethical dilemmas or your takes on it? Is it a mercy? Is it unethical? Who are we to say whether it is or it isn't, regardless? I mean, what's your take on it, people? You guys are really smart in the comment section. I always like reading whatever messages pop up there. Very insightful and wise. You guys come from all corners of the globe, have seen all manner of things, contemplated so many issues, and in some cases have in-depth hands-on experience. So if you will be kind enough to share your thoughts with me on this, I would love to know. And no, it's not in my hands, before you get it confused. It's not really quite a decision that I'm being faced with to ease the suffering of another human being. But it is definitely in my purview. It's something that, that's being discussed and contemplated. And the overwhelming majority decision right now seems to be no. No one has the right to actively euthanize anyone. And so that's the approach people are going with. But there's definitely some pushback, and I can't say for sure what is the right answer. And I feel like I usually am pretty decisive on murky issues. I feel like I always have a very pronounced point of view and a good rationale for it. But on this one, I'm a bit stumped. And yes, it varies from case to case for sure. I get that. So it's not like you can just give a tell-all answer. Hello? Hello? Well, my phone was ringing and I have no idea who it was. But now is not the time for me to take a call. So yeah, I'm a bit stumped on it. I'm not really sure which way to go on this. I'm just curious is all. I could offer a little bit of what I think of it. But like I said, overall, I don't feel like I have the expertise, experience, or knowledge to go over the matter in depth. But if you have someone who's really sick, basically vegetative, with no clear answer of whether or not there will be a recovery or anything like that, do you just let the person go, or do you keep them on life support and just keep everything going for as long as you can? That's the real question here. That's what I'm asking. Is it suffering? I mean, the only argument you can have for providing the euthanasia. By the way, anyone who's not sure what euthanasia means, it's spelled E-U-T-A-N-A-S-I-A, euthanasia. I believe that's the spelling. I could be wrong. But I think that's basically the right spelling, at least. And it means it's not killing someone, it's just no longer giving them the means to live if you don't think there's a reason, or if you think they're suffering. And in some cases, people could be conscious, like awake and well, so to speak. Maybe not well mentally, or maybe not well physically in some way. Maybe they're early stage cancer with a very low prognosis. In some countries, that's a thing where you can be euthanized at will if you'd like to be. If you feel like you're just going to be suffering and riddled with medical expenses. So, it's something that different countries treat differently. So, and in some cases, the person might just be completely out of whack, injured, not mentally present, have all manner of bad prognosis, maybe even completely unconscious, in a coma, or in what appears to be a near-death state. So there's a spectrum in which you would have to consider all the variables if you were really going to analyze whether or not euthanasia is a viable, ethical option. And, you know, it's hard because the closest person to you, or to the deceased, or nearly deceased, is the one that has to make the decision, ironically. Which is the closest person. I say ironically because that means they care, presumably they care about you the most. And they're the ones least likely to want to lose you, or give the green light to lose you, when there may be some sliver of hope that you rise out of your coma, or that you regain mental and physical capabilities. So, tire just felt weird there. Almost like the tire was slipping off the rim. Maybe it was a bump on the road that I couldn't feel. I felt like my wheel was drifting right. But right now it feels okay. Okay, I'm making a right here. So, sorry to put a glum topic on there, but as you get older in life, and the people you know get older, and illness becomes a thing, and people are passing away in your life, this becomes an inevitable topic. And as I was saying, the person closest to you is the one tasked with the decision-making authority. So it's like, it makes it that much harder, where the person has to like actively let you go, not just watch you go or let you drift away, but cut the cord, so to speak, to let you go in peace. And like I said, the only real argument to be made for it, I think, is if the person is suffering, even though there's no real prognosis of recovery, but they're suffering, and you want to end that suffering, but even then it just sounds so dark. I mean, how do you know? Even if someone endures the suffering and then they're doing well later, isn't that a good enough reason to hang in there and give them a shot at life? I mean, would that person want to be let go? Because in a lot of cases, they can't even really express their consensual energy of whether or not they feel like you should be letting them go or not. So, just waiting because this is a school zone. There's a lot of school buses and kids crossing, and in a moment I shall proceed. Just taking in the beauty of all this lovely neighborhood vibe. Delicious. If my sense of direction is correct, I'll be turning left soon and just going straight down south for a good chunk. if my intuition is correct. So yeah, euthanasia, oh man. If euthanasia is really a thing, let me know. Like I said, I hope none of you, if you haven't, I hope none of you ever have to go through it. It's a very tough thing to have between yourself and your family, to have to even be in that position. Anyway, what do you like to do in life? That's more like the end of life. But during life, what do you like to do? I don't know, if it's something that prolongs life, you want to share your tips and tricks. I mean, we know the obvious answers, exercise and whatnot. But you know, they say things that relieve stress also prolong life. And being around other people prolongs life. So, is there anything in that realm? Anything in that realm that you know about that you like to do, that you can inform us on, that you can enlighten us with? Okay, I haven't heard the Google map in a while, so I wonder if she's still in there. Maybe she's just letting me rock. Maybe I'm doing the right thing. I really don't want to take out my phone to check. Let's see, if I go left, what's going to happen? Is she going to tell me to go right? Okay. She's here. She's here, yeah. She has me turning right, then left. Good, she's still with us. And also that street was really crowded and packed, so let's hit the stop sign. And then let's hit the left. Shit. Oh man, I'm good. You alright? Alright, cool. You good, brother? My man. My man. It was nothing. I saw my handprint on there from the dust. He gave me you're good a couple times. I stopped for him, make sure we're good. And we're good. I didn't notice he was just going to stop suddenly on that corner, so I was looking up ahead and I just found him underneath me, like, whoa. Because I'm on the Patton and it's very tall. So, kind of strange. Kind of a strange sensation. I bumped into him, kind of with my hands, my gloves, maybe my horn a little bit. My wheel I almost dropped, but I didn't. Anyway, that should make for interesting footage. There's a little traffic jam. But, you know, when you're on a wheel, it's not like it's a stop and trade insurance kind of thing. But, you know, as a wheel rider, I'm an adult, and I will take responsibility, I think. Yeah, I would take responsibility. If I cause damage to his car, or anyone's car for that matter, even though I could easily get away, I could just get on the car and go, and then it's like, I feel like I can get into any nook and cranny. If it was an escape situation, let's say for safety, hypothetically, I could get away, I think, in most situations, away from a car that was threatening my safety. But, like, why? Well, I mean, what am I going to do? What's going to happen? If I were to cause damage, I would stop and take responsibility, as I just did. In any case, though, there was no damage, really. There was a light collision, not with the wheel, kind of with my hand. He heard the noise. He definitely heard the noise of me touching his car. But I think he realized too, like, oh, it's just a guy riding a wheel thingy. So what, you know, even if I did potentially touch his car wasn't blemish free. So adding another little blemish, he probably thought of it like that. Like, I mean, it's not like he broke a tail light or damaged, I don't know. Anyway, I stopped. He was fortunately very cool-headed. He was like, nope, you're good. He said it more than once. I gave him the little symbolic rub of the trunk, kind of wiping the dirt off of it from my contact. And he was like, stop, you're good. So, nice little exchange. I feel a little bad for not being a little more careful on that, but hey, you live and you learn, and I definitely just learned. Gonna improve every day out here, every day. Yeah, so I collided with a car. That's like borderline bait clicky. I collided with a car. That sounds like, oof, mangled wheel, broken bone, car damage, guys screaming. But I collided with a car is more like, oh, I barely touched the car, and the guy said, you're good, and I said, sure thing, thank you. Have a great day. My bad, my apologies about that. And very pleasant, positive exchange. Let's make the world a better place, people. By stopping riding these crazy things. Just kidding. By riding more of them. Some people might say, hey, stop riding that and you'll avoid that. But hey, if more people were on it, there would be more space instead of all these giant cars, and there would have been no collision. So you really can look at it any which way. I'm gonna have to review the tape too for that to see how exactly that just happened, because I don't know, that's just a little I don't know, like, it was very avoidable. It was a matter of like redirecting your attention kind of thing. It was that sort of issue. Just an issue of caution. Anyway, see, when it's open space like this, it's like kind of safer and more pleasant. When it's tight and traffic jammy and there's construction and people are stressed out, that tends to be a little bit more. Yeah, so once I did it, I went up ahead and pulled over to the right, as you saw. Just in case you wanted to stop and hash it out. I felt like I at least owe him that. Like, I give him that right to stop and talk. Rather than just being like, oh, okay, you said we're good, I'm out. No, it's more like, okay, like, you might have said good, we're good in the heat of it, and then it might just be eating at your conscience, and you wish you didn't say, well, here I am. I stopped again, just to make sure, to give you a second chance, second round opportunity, so to speak. And I feel good about that. I'm glad I did that. I feel like it's good to be double cleared, rather than just single wishy-washy clear. Ooh, that was a rough move. You cannot just cut right from the guy in front of you when he's going right also. Sheesh. Okay, looks like I'm almost at my destination. Slight right onto Westchester Avenue. Okay. Really? Slight right under the train tracks? I hate riding under the train tracks. It's so noisy and tight and messy. But I must do what the AI says. AI controls this guy. Half a mile? What? Ooh. This guy was just launching out into traffic. Bruh. My body was probably covering the camera from that angle, but that dude just was on a motorcycle just launching out into oncoming traffic, and then he made a sudden swerve when he saw cars and wheel guys were coming. Yeah, guys, let me know what you think in the comments. Also, I hate to say this, but I need more topics. If you guys have more topics in mind, just lend a brother a hand and give me, thank you, pardon. Give me some hot button topics to discuss. Try me. Give me a hot button topic and let me break it down. I can be Wise Wheeler. Shout out to Bipsy, who said I should call the channel Wise Wheeler and then just counsel the audience from one topic to the next. I actually love that idea. I don't know how much I love the idea of changing my name often, because I already did that once recently. And I feel like brand recognition is a huge factor. So I don't want to keep changing my name unless it's like super duper for sure, for certain. But let's just say I love Wise Wheeler. And Wonky Wheeler, I believe, was the other one. Wonky Wheeler. Yeah, given today's incident, Wonky Wheeler might be appropriate. What would your name for me, for my channel be? And maybe even your logo. There's like those websites where you can draw and upload stuff and then just put the link in the comments. I wonder if anyone here is savvy enough like that. I'm not asking you to do that. You definitely don't have to do that. That's just work and whatever. But if you're so inclined to do such a thing, and you wish to, and even if I insisted that you don't, you over insisted that I do, then I will not argue with you. I will click on the link you share and I will look at your work, and I'll be very grateful to see it. So, okay.
Turn right on East 147th Street. Turn right on St. Anne's Avenue. Turn left, then turn left. In a quarter mile, turn right on East 147th Street. Turn north on St. Anne's Avenue. In a quarter mile, turn right on East 147th Street.
Thank you. Oh, what's this? Nope. Hey, good, how are you?
I want to know for driving this.
Yeah.
Where is this?
You just go forward, that's it. Just lean back and lean forward. That's all you gotta do. Go to ewheels.com/NYC and buy one. Alright? My man, have a good day. I'm gonna plug my thing every chance I get. And shout out to eWheels and Jason for giving me the best extension code possible. I mean, ewheels.com/NYC belongs to me. I feel like I just got like a hot domain. ewheels.com/NYC will send a clear cut message to Jason sitting on his throne of wheels. Jason, if you're listening out there, I'm going to bring you hundreds, if not thousands, of wheel purchases. You hear me? Thousands of wheels purchased through ewheels.com/NYC. Realistically, I know that's not going to happen, at least not this early on while I'm still getting the channel off the ground. And even though I put in tons of videos and all that, I know it's still considered getting it off the ground, so let's not get ahead of ourselves. Even with a couple thousand subs, I mean, it's great, don't get me wrong, I'm super grateful, but the bar continues to go up every day. Okay, I've reached my destination. I'm on 149th Street in the Bronx. Thanks for joining me, and thanks for sharing your thoughts with me about euthanasia, and thanks for giving me a dressing down. Thanks for dressing me down on colliding with cars like a lunatic. Thank you, I needed that. Thank you those in the comments railing into me for my lack of safety, etiquette, and precaution, and destroying people's property and their lives, really, in the process. And shamelessly and guiltily gallivanting about afterwards like nothing is wrong. That's right. So, lash out and let me have it. Let me know. Just kidding, guys. Have a great day. Thanks for watching. Goodbye. Oh, like, subscribe, comment, and share. Goodbye.